That's because he's stealing. Don't you know who he's stealing from?
Yes, now Shadi Adu.
This Shadi now. This is
Well, we say stealing, or maybe he got inspiration.
No, it's clear now. It's a clear sample. Very clear. I think he took out some of the drums. He blunted the drums.
No, the drums are there.
No, they are there, but he blunted them. They are not quite as effective as they are.
Shadi does not care about her music. I hope he paid.
No, of course they paid.
What's that?
You can't either paid or they will have.
As a concept, of course, I think he has a regular label, so they would have needed to.
Even if he does the distribution, would do that.
Yes. But they can just say, you know what, I'm not going to ask you, but they get percentage.
They will. They go slow and
that's what they get.
All right, we're coming back on.
Let's play.
Ooh. All right, so that was a Dangerous Minds from Runtown. Yes, Runtown. Douglas something. I know his name.
Douglas Agu.
Douglas Agu. Okay, Douglas the Lion. Okay, that would have been a nice musical name. But that was a Runtown with Dangerous Heart. So
I hope people could guess he was the one, by the way. You didn't say who it was before.
Yes.
So I hope people at home can kind of could guess that it was a Runtown song.
First time I heard it, I wouldn't have thought it was Runtown though.
You know, I think that's where I feel like I want to disagree. I think Runtown's voice these days is quite the same. I think one and two, like I said, I don't think that this is much different. The man has been singing ballads like R&B-esque songs in my mind, at least up from when he had that great year. That is Mad Over You. I think he's been having songs of this really slow tempo.
But does it have this much soul?
Yeah. So of course, but this is borrowed soul, right? Because I think everybody can tell that what is happening there is like the Shadi Adu. I think he's building on a Shadi Adu sample.
Of course,
from Chutes Taboo, exactly. Yeah. So that's where the soul is coming from. I do not know that Douglas Agu himself has that much soul, but thankfully he can borrow from.
Why did you call him Douglas Agu?
He can borrow from his Yoruba sister. She's supposed to be Yoruba from
Runtown.
State or something.
She's Nigerian.
No, her parents.
Here we go. I'm Nigerian, please. If your father is Nigerian, we are claiming you. And
we claim you in the name of Green, White, Green.
She's like from my father is, I think, from Ekiti State, so she's Nigerian. So yes, Douglas just borrowed from his Yoruba sister and said, let's have this small jam. The question now is whether this has any chance of bringing Runtown back into the kind of recognition he had back in the day.
No, not with the vibe.
No way, right?
No.
I think so too. It doesn't seem likely.
Maybe I have a bias because I actually do like Runtown.
I don't know if I like Runtown, but I kind of feel this song. But I feel like it's not the kind of song that will bring you back into like popular recording in Nigeria. I don't think so.
I do feel like you kind of hear him in the song. Yes, of course, there's a lot of Sade, but I feel like I hear him and like I feel whatever he was feeling. I know he had a relationship with that supermodel that ended a while back. So I don't know. Yes, and she's gorgeous. So he's probably licking his wounds right now. I don't know.
No, that's still news.
When you have a girl like that, it takes some time to move on.
How do you know this, please? Tell us. Tell us. How do you know this?
When you have a girl like that.
Exactly. How do you know what it means to have a girl, please? Tell
Trust me, Zibby, he has moved on from that. But I mean, the song for me.
What does it even mean?
What's that?
I think in the chorus it's saying these dangerous hearts will creep you for some time.
Yeah,
I'm not sure what it
means.
means.
It's a heartbrook song.
Yeah, that's what it is.
It's a heartbreak song.
So who has the dangerous hearts? Is it?
Well, his heart is
probably talking about the same girl and the things he's been
very likely.
I just also feel like that thing like in 2 years, 3 years.
No, it's not up to 3 years. Maybe almost 2, yeah.
Maybe 2.
And maybe wrote the song at the time, so
very likely.
I do not know who broke whose heart, by the way.
We don't know.
Who served the breakfast?
But we know who is doing better.
This is not fair. Can you just imagine? Wow. What a shot.
But we don't know. Do you know?
I think I know.
Okay.
You don't?
No.
You don't even have an inkling.
No, I don't.
All right, Otis, let's leave James here. Okay, let's move on to the next story, and this is not so great news for Nollywood. Now, Peace Anyam Osigwe, who is the founder of the AMA Awards, which I knew as the first major Nollywood awards here in Nigeria, has passed away. and she was the president of the Association of Movie Producers. I remember back in the day when she would host the AMA Awards, and for some reason they were always done in Bielsa State, and you had a lot of international stars. I remember, was it Louis Gossett Jr. that actually came once for his Whitaker? These guys actually did come to Yenagua in Bielsa State on the invitation of Peace Ayam Osigwe, and of course the AMA Awards as well.
Yeah, she's had such a huge what's the word, impact on the movie industry in Nigeria actually. So I think it's a really big, quite a blow actually from for people who are in the industry. I recall just a few days ago, at least when the news came out, it come from a bunch of people I knew from the industry were just pretty much in shock as to what had happened. And I think it took quite a while for the family to come and say, you know what, there was a bit of rumors in the industry, but people didn't really want to say what exactly happened. And then it took about 12 hours or thereabout for it to finally be official that you know what this had happened. And it was just a devastating bit of news. May she rest in peace.
Amen. All right, we've got some messages coming through. This one is from Saint Fajer, and he says, I couldn't guess because the beats sound like Sweetest Taboo. Sample, good though, but we need our own natural touch to last an eternity, okay? And Daisy says, good morning, that's Taboo by Sade, the instrumental. Oh, wow. Maybe it should have been Sade featuring Runtown.
Well, not the other way, wow.
Wow, I mean, she is Sade. Therese says the sample overshadowed his voice. He can do better.
Ouch.
Ooh. Arguably.
Yeah, I mean,
because it beats.
To be honest, after hearing it like an hour later, I was humming.
Yes.
I was like, this isn't a very good sign.
Wow. So it took you back to the original.
Yeah.
But that's all you just hear. I mean, half the time when you're listening to that record, I was trying to pay attention to Runtown. What exactly is he talking about? I mean, I survived, but it was mostly the beat that was. The beat I just okay, Shadi, and the beat kept going. But I mean, of course, it was touched. There were a lot of additional production.
Yeah. I just felt like that the drums weren't quite as effective as they were on the original track. So I guess it's a problem, right? With samples, you kind of just need to hope, or you do enough to make people forget at least briefly the original song. But I think Sweetest Taboo is a little bit too popular, too great, too fantastic, So
maybe there's some artists that you probably shouldn't sample.
Or if you will, I think you probably need to maybe alter them in a way that is more. That's a lot more than what you.
No, Otis, let me tell you something. It's even with Burna Boy's last.
Tony B.
From the start of the song, I mean, the whole.
He wasn't.
You just can't. There's no way. What can you possibly do to?
No, but I don't.
But you know what?
But I don't agree. I don't agree.
I think you almost forget he wasn't man enough in that song because of how good it is. For some reason, you hear it, but then you don't remember it because you're focusing on Burner.
Yes,
I know. That's what I'm saying.
I agree.
He tried. I mean, he.
That's what I'm saying. So I think it's twofold. On the one hand, you need to get your producer to do a lot more with that sample, rather than just take it wholesale, which is what I think Chopstick Susan did. Last did on the one hand. Then on the other hand, you have to have that the kind of charisma, even vocally, that Burna Boy has. So I think the combination of Burna's vocal power or his talent, plus the fact of Chopsticks.
I mean, Dark Child.
That combination, I think, is why you forget the Tony Braxton thing. But I think for Runtown, it practically just takes the whole thing minus.
So maybe it leans a bit too much.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Yes, I don't think producer has done enough to make us forget the original record. It's too in your face.
Wow. And Tyre says I had to play the original to recover from the setback.
This guy. It wasn't even bad. It's not a bad song. It just makes you remember the original. That's the thing.
Wow.
Tyre is just
Tyre. Okay, let's talk about Ikechukwu, the rapper. Now, Ikechukwu Onunaku on Tuesday had posted and expressed hope about his health condition that had left him having to rely on crutches. Now, I saw that video and I was a bit stunned because Ikechukwu is known for being very buff. He's fine, and I have to say that.
Here we go.
He is. He loves his body.
I do not see it.
Zibby, we can't relate. Okay, go on.
Just like
there's a lady in this studio. Is he fine? She's shy.
She doesn't agree.
Is he fine? Thank you. Ikechukwu is fine. You can see that he takes care of his temple, you know. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm gonna be back to being professional, but
I can't believe
I'm just describing. But in that video,
the other day, you could not even introduce this guy as a fine boy.
Look how hard it was for her that day. And now here we go. Look.
I'm sorry. Y'all fine, but Ikechukwu, you know.
Oh,
But he's buff and you can tell that he takes good care of his body in a nice
he just
way.
has good genes, please. I don't know what
I think he takes care of his body. You can't rely on your genes for everything. You need to do a little bit. But in the video, though, he is hating. Stop hating. Stop hating from outside the club.
I'm inside this.
But he did look rather thin.
Yeah.
And just watching him wobble, it was so heartbreaking.
Yes, for me, it was really the wobble because, I mean, I don't see his beauty as you're saying, but I think people who have known the industry for a while know that Ikechukwu has quite a reputation for being super physical. You know, so for someone like that who used to get into fights when he was younger, all over the place. I don't know if you remember, James.
Really?
Anyway, yes,
I know
Ikechukwu was a very he had club whatever back in the day. Anyway,
he has a black belt in taekwondo.
For that kind of person to be this person is for me that was really the source of my surprise as to concerning the video. But he's saying that he will get better. Hopefully he's right.
Yes, I believe so too. Because I mean, I was trying to read about should I say the condition?
Yes, that's a good
you know,
one.
so it's about something that has to do with the back.
Is that sciatica?
Pain. Sorry?
Is it sciatica?
Something
He
like
named
that.
it.
That's what he said.
Oh.
It has to do with this.
Yeah, no, he said two things actually. Herniated disc and I think sciatica.
Yes.
Oh.
So, but he said it's getting, and then if you read the thing, it can be treated, and I'm sure he's going through all of that, all the treatment and stuff, and he will definitely come back to his feet. And like you said, I'll say Ikechukwu is a physically active person. He's supposedly fit, you know. So, and then for this to happen to him, and you know, I feel like there's a sentiment of but he's a strong guy. He's going to come back. He'll be better. I don't know. So one thing I didn't really get to read further is to know what caused it. Why? Because that's something we should, you know, probably look out for.
And did he say that? I don't think he said.
That's what I'm saying. That I even could not even research further as when I read to know what caused the injury or that particular situation. But bottom line is that he's going through treatment and he's going to come back.
Fingers crossed.
Now,
This also means that if you are not, sometimes if you are fit, certain things can happen to you. So just eat your eba and your
enjoy your life. Life is so short.
I know someone I'm very close to who has sciatica, and he's someone that is super fit on a regular day, like gymming, weights, and everything. And that caused a lot of slowdown. So he can't really have that lifestyle, that physically active lifestyle anymore. So they just manage the pain. For some people, probably in Ikechukwu's case, maybe because there's another issue as well. Maybe perhaps that's why you can see him physically and tell that there's something wrong. But with this person, I know you can't really tell. It's just that because I know his fitness regime, it doesn't happen anymore. He can't do it. So thoughts and prayers with you, Ikechukwu. We're rooting for you.
And I'm rooting for Eba eaters too.
Otis, what did you have for breakfast today? Not Eba though.
No. I had what
Smooth
FM provided.
That's what he had.
Which I've been saying for years should be pounded yam, by the way. I've been campaigning for pounded yam, but our producers have refused. They have refused.
Give Miriam the side eye.
All right, we'll take a quick break, and when we return, we'll continue the conversation. This is The Grapevine.
Oh, here's a news that isn't in the list.
Sorry?
I don't know why. There's a bit of news that does not
tell people I'm a full-time
that's not on the list.
Okay.
The one about Harry and his sales.
Harry and the book.
Yeah, you know they said it's like Harry selling book properties of all time.
And 5G. Ever since
How far now?
into my life,
What's
I've
happening?
been on cloud 9.
But yes, I've been campaigning for Palladium since Miriam. You people have been ignoring and bringing all kinds of.
We don't want it to be too heavy. We want it to be light and free.
Sugar Lexi Bay.
Right.
Okay. Victor, I used to do that.
So we're going to Big
We
Brother
can
next.
see that here.
Yes. I have a few comments to make about Ebuka, by the way.
Yeah,
No, I did not. I said comments. Look at them saying that like it's their say it's going to be.
Like that, I think we know
I just
who
said
Miriam
comments.
has a crush on. It's definitely
Just let's say Ebuka, right?
Maybe Ebuka.
Are you serious? Oh wow.
like why now? Like leave Ebuka for me. Oh wow.
People are plenty on Ibuka. Feed that guy. Ibuka is taking. Oh, she's single. Who's to have? Big, don't see you.
My hand
married, oh.
is
It's not
just
married, oh.
put
You
her
have to
inside.
see
She's married.
No, she's not married.
She's married. Like,
You have to,
Really
this is a
concern me.
serious relationship.
put her. See my hand. Just come and put her inside.
No, I mean I'm all
Alright. We'll work on it in
What
the
is it
15
about?
minutes we have before the segment
What is
starts.
that?
What if you can get more? Like things that people are like voters are concerned about.
Are we back?
No, we've got about 40 seconds.
What? Ah. You're Tinubu ad
Yes.
on
No, they
grapevine.
do that. No, everywhere they do.
Which one is that?
Well, if they come, they give you advert, you collect them.
That's what I'm saying. It's not about the person. I'm just surprised that it's a political advert on the grapevine.
Yes, he
Ah, my brother, you have a lot of young people watching. I mean, listening to the show, so they don't tap into it. That's what it is now. All of them, even on them, say I heard some this one.
All right, we're going back on.
Oh, Mr. Sis show. Okay.
No, no. AK, what's up?
This is the Grapevine on Smooth 98.1. Zibby and Oris and James. All right.
Yeah.
All three of us, and you, of course. Hi, we're streaming on YouTube. So just search for us on YouTube at Smooth 981. And you can send messages through to us on WhatsApp 0809 440 981 or just tweet at Smooth 981. All right, this is probably one of the biggest reality TV shows across the continent.
Or the biggest.
Big Brother.
I think it's the biggest.
Right. Okay, so Big Brother Titans. This time it's not Big Brother Africa. It's not Big Brother Niger with the cliche taglines, double wahala.
Ouch.
And well, it's always a thing. Yeah. But this time it's different. It's Titans. When you hear Titans, you think, well, Titans.
Maybe I was thinking, I mean, there was a rumor back in the day, sometime last year, that it was going to be people who had been on the show before.
Oh, like
But
it's
I'm not,
okay.
yeah, that's what
Like
it was a
also-
rumor. So let nobody quote me. Smooth time people, please don't quote me. But anyway, but yes, I had heard at the time, months ago, that it was going to be people who had been on the show before. Who were,
Like All Stars.
yes, kind of, yes. So that's why it was going to be called Titans. And because it was also like South Africa and Nigeria also, that was the other connection. But yeah. Well,
So this
nobody
time,
knows
though,
it. I don't
just
know.
to clarify, they're saying it's housemates from Nigeria and housemates from South Africa. And if you've followed Big Brother for years, or at least Big Brother Africa, there's always a rivalry between the Nigerians and the South Africans.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's
Why?
the Big Brother Africa, or you mean?
Yeah, Africa.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, but I think it's just a Nigerian South Africa thing. So it's something that happens in the culture outside of Big Brother that has come into Big Brother. There's just that whole thing about who really is the so-called giant of Africa. I think yes, I think that's where the thing comes from. That's
So it's
where
not just entertainment, it could
It's
be
everything.
like
It's everything.
It's
like,
everything.
right now our national pride is at stake in some way.
It's everything.
Yeah, so it's
And those South Africans, if they also have their own Big Brother Africa,
Nzansi.
Nzansi.
Yeah.
And I've seen a couple of their, the clips. Those guys, they are what's that thing called?
Holds barred?
No.
So they're not like us.
We were conservative.
We get small shame.
They almost.
we don't have
they
small. We
don't
have a lot of shame as Nigerians.
We have a lot of shame.
Yeah.
They don't have even the shame, our own shame from the producers. They control a lot of things that we see on TV. But there it's almost uncut. So I'm really looking forward to how they'll play it out. But I'm sure that it's still the same body and what's called Mnet. They're still putting everything together. So I know that they'll have to strike a balance between how it will play out.
No, I think our government said that they couldn't show certain things here.
That's what I'm saying.
So I'm saying,
so
I think they might just restrict certain kinds
Things
of stuff from the
our
Nigerian
side.
audience and leave it for the South Africa.
So that'll be the
South African,
uncut version.
Like, so yes, if it's South Africa, you probably can view the uncut one, but here they will probably find some kind of modification, whatever, whatever.
Yes.
Who are the hosts, right? It's
Yes, Ebuka, of
and
course. Someone in the studio is happy. Ebuka Obi Uchendu and then the South African host Lawrence Maleka.
who I have no idea.
Who's
about.
actually a cool guy. The guy is he's an actor. And the TV host.
He hot?
Really, really cool guys. But what
Did you hear what he's asking?
So I'll let you find out yourself.
Yeah, God.
But you know, I can actually say to an extent he stands in terms of look or personality at par with Ebuka.
Okay.
However, I would have wished that we had a male and female host instead of two male hosts.
I'm sure Tokyo will probably be doing what she does. That's her highlights thing that she does every week or every 2. So,
well, I hope so.
So maybe she'll be there. But someone was asking me the other day, by the way, about how come Ebuka has managed to be popular this long and stuff. And I was thinking to myself that actually I think the thing is nobody knows what Ebuka thinks. So I think that's part of his appeal. You know, everybody else that has some kind of following, not everybody, but a lot of people who are online or some kind of following, you kind of know them and you know what they stand on certain issues. We have never heard what Ebuka thinks about anything.
And I think with regards to the Big Brother space, Ebuka is like a success story from Big Brother. He was part of the first Big Brother Nigeria. So it does make sense that he can be like the face of it when it comes to hosting because he's been through the process. He understands everything that goes in and outside. So maybe that could be a plus. And by the way, I've seen Lawrence Maleka. He's all right. he looks like a guy.
Zibby, let it go.
Zibby.
Let it go.
Breakfast
she wants to give us like a quick review of the human being. Let it go.
He
looks like a guy.
Yeah, he looks like a guy.
Ebuka
looks like a man. And you know, there's something about men. All right, let's move on. So,
women who are listening to this show, say something.
Ladies, if you're listening, let me know. Do you understand what I mean? There's a guy and a man. A man comes with, I'm so masculine, I'm so confident, and I'm all together.
Just describe him.
Why is it so? Can't just leave my shit.
On the same premises.
I'd rather not do that.
Exactly. Myself. There's also James, by the way, who is also male, by the way. So you too can be described, by the way.
You already know.
It's like putting a Morris Chestnut, right, who is a man, and a
But remember that Morris, we met him when he was in his, I think, 20s or early 30s.
But he was already a man.
Also, even back then, really.
Yeah.
Have you seen him recently?
Oh yes.
So there has to be a difference, right, between Morris of 20 years ago and Morris
I don't know. I
now.
think he already had the mannish thing, you know, that confidence, that oh my days, I'm so dark and confident and tall. I walk in a room and
Zibby,
I
let's go to the next story. I feel like this is
okay.
Next story.
But thank you. Daisy says Zibby is on point. Ebuka is a man. Woo! All right, but I want to ask this though: when you're watching a reality TV show, perhaps like Titans, where you had Nigerian housemates vying for the title against South African housemates, are you obliged to support a Nigerian housemate?
I don't think you are.
Say that again. When you're watching them?
Yes. So, you know, there's a South African housemate that you can vote for to win, and then there's a Nigerian housemate you can vote for to win. You're both Nigerian. Are you, as a Nigerian, obliged to support a Nigerian?
I think it's a question. I wish you had a female analyst. This
but for me, yes, I'll rather vote for the Nigerian to win.
Well, I have always believed in let the best man win or woman or whatever it is. To be honest,
or in between.
So I don't have.
That's what you say when you want to lie.
No. I've never really
had.
We are
patriotic people.
No,
we vote for our own.
Well, not me. I'm patriotic only to politics.
You're not even a fan of Big Brother. Let me stop talking.
To be honest,
so
I don't really watch. I don't really watch the show.
Vote for.
Okay, I want to ask you. So, if you're watching a reality TV show and you've got black people, you've got Caucasians, and you've got Asians on it, do you feel like you have to vote and support a black person?
Yes.
So if a white person does it, would we say they're being racist? I'm just curious. If a white person supports another white person, would we say they're being racist?
No. It depends on how. But we as black people, we've been relegated for a very long time all around the world. So it's only natural that we just sort of want to support our own.
You're putting up your hands. Yes, you.
Yes, exactly. Yes, me. I think it's a very good way to get into the story about the Golden Globes, because I think that events like that, well, naturally, you have some black nominees, you have some white nominees. You know, same thing with the Oscars, same thing with the Grammys. I've always felt personally that when it comes to these things, I'd rather the person who I feel like, had the best performances in the acting category wins. The person who's, frankly, that's how I am, But I have an exception. My exception is the Grammys. I feel like there's been a lot of, I think music is a very funny, I don't know, kind of thing, So I think in the major categories at the Grammys, they've been, in my own view, a historical, intentional sidelining of black artists. So when, for instance, Adele showed up with her last album, I think the last one, the one before that, and she won the 3 big awards, I think album of the year, record of the year, and album and song, yes. She did that. Billie Eilish did it too. I was like, this is just ridiculous, So I feel like music, black people should get a lot more respect in the music industry. For film, I do not think that I'm saying we've doesn't concern me. Yes, I just don't think there's a lot of black movies. I'm going to that point, so I don't really care so much. I just feel like, just give the best film or the best actor, whatever it is. But for music, I feel like, nah, this thing is not fair.
My people must be represented.
No, it's not my people. No, I just
okay, black people.
There's too much
darker
quality.
toned people, melanated people.
Oh God, there's too much quality from black musicians for them to be sidelined from the major categories for decades and decades and decades. So anyway, I'm just saying yes. So the Golden Globes happened a few days ago, and
yes, and it was very interesting. A nice sweep for our black folk.
How many of them won anything?
Okay, well, I did see what's Nisi when she gave an award, where she presented an award that Sterling won.
Sterling win?
Wait, was I looking at a clip from a previous year? Because I'm kind of like Aisha Sise when they say who are you rooting for, and then sometimes they say, well, she said everybody black.
Yes. Was that Aisha Sise or no? It's Issa Rae.
Issa Rae, thank you. Issa Rae. Aisha Sise from CNN. Okay, Issa Rae. Yes, my African sisters.
Who said
right.
That?
So everybody
Angela
black.
Bassett won.
Angela won, and apparently that was the first time that someone was winning a category from one of the Marvel.
Movies. Yes.
I'm surprised. I didn't even know.
Why would you be surprised?
No, I didn't know.
They act? They don't really act now. They just wear and do visual effects. That's what they do.
Yeah, actually.
So I was, I'm not surprised at all. Although I didn't want her to win. Let me know. I don't think the Marvel movies should be with. I think Marvel movies should be winning technical categories. I don't think they should be winning acting, directing. I don't feel.
But they make a lot of money though. They're box office hits, so why should they be excluded?
No, but here's the thing. But that's what the Oscars are supposed to be for. Or at least awards. I feel like your award, if you earn money and you're not a very good film, is the money. If you're a very good film and maybe you can't do so well in your box office, you should get the prestige that I think you deserve. So I've always felt like there's that dichotomy. Some films do both, like Titanic, for instance. Decent film, also did billions, so across the world. So that's fine. But for many films, people choose what they want to do. Do you want Marvel, for instance? I don't think Marvel really thinks they're going to get the Oscars. I'm sure they want it, but I don't think in their head they really know. So
let's just get the box office money.
Get box office exactly. But let this thing go. Okay. Well, like I said, there's so much investment in visual effects for them that I feel like every time they should at least get a nomination in the technical categories.
Okay. And Angela Bassett won Abbott Elementary. I haven't seen an episode yet, but it seems to be really good. Quinta won, and then James Michael Tyler, who used to be Everyone Hates Chris. He also won as well. Okay, we've got about a minute to go. Meek Mill, who is a D-list rapper in the United States, has apologized for shooting a music video in Ghana's presidential villa.
Ridiculous thing ever.
The lack of fear.
Thank you. So I don't know.
But how did it happen?
I really don't understand how they got to that. I mean, why we got to that this story at all, this situation. Because the guy clearly went to visit. Everybody knew. They saw cameras. They saw things happening.
When it was rapping, what were they thinking?
What were they expecting?
This is a breach, a security breach, isn't it?
It's not a security breach.
I don't think so.
They invited probably.
No, but I mean, for someone to walk into the presidential villa with huge cameras, have footage that you can take out and do whatever you want, I would be worried.
I mean, because he's a superstar, he's an American and everything. Because sometimes,
clearly, I don't think in Nigeria could have put that off in Ghana.
No, never. I don't think so.
So it's America's power. America.
Yeah, the guy's in the country. There's a lot of hype around his visit. Everybody everywhere is going crazy and stuff, and then he gets an invitation into the presidential villa, and then cameras were already following him anyway, and then he pulls out, he's doing like this, and they thought he was just hiding his camera, not that he was recording a video and everything. So, but it's just funny. I don't, bro, have you been to Asoro before? Do you understand what I'm saying?
In my dreams.
Not to coming there to come and shoot a video, and then I don't think our system really cares about say, "Oh, Jay-Z is around," and then he's coming to sort of with cameras. Come and no, guy.
Well, we've seen a lot of artists go to the White House and they pose for pictures, but we've never seen anyone misbehave the way that Nick did. None of us
pull out camera. I mean, they have, even with the pictures that we're talking about.
Right.
There are what's it called? They have the official photographers. There are
exactly.
You know, you can't just come out. You can't pull out your phone and be taking pictures.
But this is a rather disrespectful attitude that some Americans have when they go to other places.
Yeah, it's an American thing.
It's an American thing. I mean,
they think they own the world, so they do whatever they like.
They do? Oh my days.
But they do. I mean, you can't argue. Except, of course, China that is trying to buy all of Africa. So there's that. So.
All right, we're out of time. But thank you so much, Oris. Thank you, James,
Thank you for having us.
Yes, we have the James and Otis show, by the way.
Absolutely, on YouTube. Please subscribe. Have you seen the last episode? We're trying. We keep killing it.
Yeah. We've been doing what we
can.
Killing it. If we do say so ourselves.
If you do say so yourself.
Subscribe, like, comment. Let us know what you think about the show. It's James and Oris Show. But I'm also James Salas on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, across all social media platforms. Hello, me. Let me know from the grapevine. I'll follow back.
All right. And that's it for the grapevine. Do stay with us. The Smooth Breakfast continues.
The grapevine.
Miriam is like, you should come and be going, please. You should come and be going. We're tired.